Okay. Now, by that time, there were Crips and Bloods in St. Louis. Now, you weren't affiliated with any of these guys officially, but Crips and Bloods had already made their way to St. Louis originally from LA, right?
Yes, it was heavy. Gangbang was really heavy back then. You know, like now, it's thick, but it ain't like if you see a Blood and the Crip, they getting into it. Now they not doing that here for real. But back then, if you a Blood and you a Crip, y'all don't mess with each other. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing I never really got into as far as, being in a gang, like, Bloods, Crips, GD, Vice Lord, and all that stuff. I wasn't with none of that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was heavy back then.
Okay. So you get that first ounce, you mess it up, you go back to your guy, and he gives you another ounce to try it again?
Yeah, he gave me, actually he gave me a couple of them, and he kind of schooled me this time. Like, look, you do this, don't do this way. Just gave me the roots, the basic training of the shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm a fast learner, so I kind of caught on to it, and it was some bumps in the road, later on down the way, but it wasn't as bad as that first, the first run. So he kind of like gave me the roots of it, and I just took that and just started using my ways, mixed it in with that, and that's how shit happened.
Okay, so how many years? Because that was in 1991 when you first started doing it, right?
That was right after I graduated. I tried it with some weed at first, but that one, I went to him and asked him for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like right after I graduated from high school.
Okay, so you meet Big Meech what year?
Damn. I want to say I met bro about, I seen him, I think was like in 97. I want to say 97. One of my guys that introduced me to him took me down there, and he, to play the game, like, because I played the PlayStation shit. I still do that shit now, but I was real tough in the PlayStation, at least I thought I was, you know what I'm saying? So they was like, man, I got some guys down here in Decatur. They from Detroit. They got somebody they want to bet you on the game. I was like, shit, let's go. He's like, plus, man, they smoke hella weed, because my partner, he ain't smoke weed. I was like, oh, man, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I go over there, and, man, I walk into a big-ass little house, and it's just niggas everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chilling, smoking, girls there, they talking shit with each other, and everybody minding their business. I walk in, they introduce me, like, what's up, and all that shit. And I was like, look, man, who I got to play in the game? Let's get to the game and shit. So I went there and played the game. I lost, losing like $800 and shit. But that was the first time I met Meech. So later on that night, I ain't really talked to him in the house for real. Like, what's up, dude? He's like, yeah, I heard a lot about you, such and such, So later on the night, we ended up going to the GC, the Gentleman's Club. And I walked in there, man, I think I want to say Snoop Dogg was in there. I ain't for sure, but I go in there, and this motherfucker, man, I'm like, this shit crazy. St. Louis strip clubs wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying, compared to Atlanta. And then like the college, we would come down and go mess with the girls at the colleges and shit. But the strip clubs was just a whole nother level. So we ended up going to the GC that night, and I kicked it with them. I was like, damn, them niggas, they all right, show good hospitality. Even though I wasn't even from where they was from, and they know I'm a new guy on the block coming through somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just showed good hospitality, and I was like, damn, them dudes all right. So my big homie, he got me to the point where, you move to Atlanta, you go back home to St. Louis, that's when you hustle. When you ain't hustling, get the fuck out of St. Louis. St. Louis ain't nothing for us up there, just but money. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, I got on his system. So I come home to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I usually wait for him to come back to Atlanta because I ain't really know how to get down there, and, I ain't want to fly. I wasn't too cool with the airplanes and shit. So I ended up learning the way, how to, get around by myself. And so one time I hit him up like, man, hey, what them dudes that we, that I played in the gang who I met at the house, we ended up going to the GC that night. Where they at? I'm trying to give me some smoke or whatever, fuck around with him, because my partner wasn't coming down there. So he ended up hooking me up with him, and I called him. He like, man, yeah, come on through. Went to their little apartment and shit, and they was in there, just kicking back like one big old happy family and stuff. And that's basically when I really started getting cool with him, But that's how I first met him, though, like that.
Wasn't there a situation at the strip club where some dudes started getting into it with BMF and you stepped in?
Damn. Yeah. So that was another night. I'm out with them, and some guys was violating our space and all that stuff, and then we end up going back and forth and shit, and I took off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know these guys from a can of paint. I'm just not starting to know them. And I ended up taking off, knocking the dude out, whatever, and getting all bloodied up and all that shit. And, we fighting. We ended up getting off, walking down to the lot, and dude, like, man, first take that shirt off. Man, somebody else gave me another shirt to put on and shit. He like, man, bro, you ain't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's up. We got guys, you know what I'm saying, for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go. That's what he telling me. I'm like, shit, bro, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I'm going to go too. And that was, to me, was a plus, in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? For me. You know what I'm saying? Before we even got to any other shit. Like, because I basically was just going down there and just hanging out with him. You know what I'm saying? But that night, when I took off on that dude, and he saw that, okay, this St. Louis cat, like, he ain't soft, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to show motherfuckers that he hard, but he'll go. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I really got one cool point with dude.